This video is not brought to you by Skillshare. Hey everybody, my name is Tyler Lloyd and this is my YouTube channel where I document my personal development journey and all the stuff that I learn along the way. So if you are into personal development, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And if you're interested in Skillshare and want someone's opinion who is not sponsored by Skillshare, blah blah, someone who is apparently incapable of speaking English, maybe hit that thumbs up button, because that's what I'm talking about today. Skillshare and the other alternatives that I use to Skillshare. Being someone who is interested in personal development, I'm always on the lookout for an educational resource. I've done some videos this month talking about my favorite podcasts, how to get free audiobooks and free Kindle books. I'm always on the lookout for new information that I can use to improve my life. Being someone who is starting a YouTube channel, I'm always looking ways to level up my video recording, editing, really just anything. But is Skillshare worth that sticker price of, I think it's about $120 a year, about $10 a month? Well, I guess not about $10 a month, that would be $10 a month. I don't necessarily know, and it really depends on what you intend to get out of it. So first, let's talk about some alternatives to Skillshare. One of my number one alternatives to Skillshare is good old YouTube. I absolutely love YouTube. Spent a lot of time on YouTube, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to start a YouTube channel. I thought that I had a voice and an idea that I could contribute to the content out there and help people as I try to figure out how to help myself along the way. YouTube is an excellent resource for learning pretty much anything you could want, but it's not the best if you are starting off on learning a skill. At least I don't think so. Because there is so much information out there, it's really hard to know where to start. And a lot of the people that are providing you information are also trying to sell you something or want you to buy the gizmo that they're using. So I don't really like these channels that are always forcing you to have the latest gear, because you probably don't need the latest gear. But it is nice to pick up new skills. And with YouTube, I use it as a resource to find a quick skill. If I'm editing a video or a photo in Lightroom or Photoshop and I can't figure out how to do something, I'll search within YouTube and find a quick video of how to do it. That's how I use YouTube when teaching myself something. But there is a slippery slope with YouTube, because I'll watch one video followed by the next video that's recommended to me, and pretty soon after that I have spiraled out of control, and now I'm watching things completely unrelated to what I was intending to be watching, and I'm no longer working on the project that I was supposed to be working on. So that is my problem with YouTube, that it's too entertaining, really, that when I'm going to be seeking out information, I am tempted more times than not and end up wasting a little too much of my time. The next resource that I've used in teaching myself is Udemy. Udemy sort of is an alternative to Skillshare in that you're not paying for a subscription, that you really only buy what you need. Now, their courses are almost always on sale, which means that they're really never full price, and they use a tactic known as scarcity, that sale is ending in 9 hours, 6 hours, hurry quick. So it gets you to buy that course because it's only $9.99 or $20, where normally it's $200. If you ever see something like that, it's probably too good to be true, and it's never really $200. So I don't really care for that tactic that Udemy uses. And while I have purchased some classes on Udemy, I have fallen prey to that tactic of scarcity. I haven't found the courses to be all that great. It's pretty much on par with what you could find on YouTube for absolutely free. Yeah, you might have to do a little bit more work to curate the content that you're seeking out to learn a new skill, and you have to make sure that you have enough self-control that you're not just watching video after video. And I do like that Udemy sometimes offers course material that you can work through or downloads, But overall, I haven't been that impressed with Udemy. I don't really think it's worth the money, even if you can pick up a course for $10, $20. Now, the next resource that I really enjoy is absolutely free, and that is the Khan Academy. Now, Khan Academy doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, and it's geared towards sort of supplementing the stuff that you probably should have learned in high school. So it's a very academic focused, but there are two categories on Khan Academy that I think might be of interest to people wanting to level up their life. The first one being all their computer science courses. I like that their computer science courses build on each other like a traditional education, and it's absolutely free. So this is something that you probably didn't study in high school, but might be interested in now. But hey, if you also want to go back and study some AP chemistry, AP history, or something like that, I wouldn't judge you because I have been tempted more times than I care to admit to go revisit some organic chemistry. Now, the second topic that Khan Academy has that I think everybody should really pay attention to is their personal finance material. Now, this is something that I feel that high school curriculum and just the United States education system does a horrible job. So you probably left your formal years of schooling without learning much about personal finance, about how to handle your money and understanding interest rates and savings and debt, mortgages, retirement, all of those things which are extremely important. Like knowing how to handle money is one of the most important skills, and our education system in the United States completely fails us. So I think that everybody could benefit from using that on Khan Academy. So Khan Academy, I think it's great for their computer science courses and then their personal finance. And they have a lot of just general interest stuff if you want to brush up on things that you never really paid that much attention to while in high school. And next after Khan Academy is lynda.com, which is now LinkedIn Learning, I believe. And I like lynda.com. I discredited it for a while, and then I found out that I had free access to it through my library. So you might as well. Just like I talked about using the Libby app to get free audiobooks and free Kindle books, you can have access to all these other online resources through your public library. So definitely go get yourself a public library card. But I've recently been going through Lynda, mainly for preparing for this video, and found that they just have a lot of new content that's really interesting to me, especially about video and photography. Now, some of their older stuff, because Lynda has been around for a while, it was kind of one of the original online learning platforms. Some of their older stuff is pretty hokey in the production value, so I can't even watch it. It's too cringeworthy, but you might think the same thing about my YouTube videos. So you can check those out, but their newer stuff is really, really great, and they have a lot of these weekly tips in different categories, and I think those are really interesting. So if there's a category that you're really interested in, anything related to business, it's more of a sort of business focused platform. That's why it's now owned by LinkedIn. So it's really great for you're leveling up your career, of augmenting what you already know and just building out your resume through online courses and self-education. So definitely check out your local library and see if you have access to the LinkedIn Learning / Lynda, and even if you had to pay for it, depending on your career, your profession, I think it could definitely be useful. And now, finally, Skillshare. I pay for Skillshare. I use Skillshare, and I'm not sponsored by Skillshare because I am a small-time YouTuber. Maybe one day Skillshare will reach out to me, but maybe not after making this video. Well, actually, I do like Skillshare, so maybe they will. Hit me up if you're watching, Skillshare people. But I have actually really enjoyed Skillshare. I feel out of all the things, the platforms that I've talked about, Skillshare has a really high production value in their courses. And for the stuff that I'm interested in learning, I have really enjoyed it. For any of the video editing, videography, After Effects courses that I've taken, I love that they have project downloads that you can download the files that the person who is talking about is using and follow along. I feel that that's really beneficial because it's one thing to be watching like a YouTube video and seeing how someone is editing something, but to be working right along with them with the same files is very beneficial. So you can follow along, and then after you click a few things and then you look at what you've produced and what they've produced, and it's like, well, what the heck, this doesn't look anything like it. What they made, you can hit that rewind button and try again. So I have really enjoyed it, and they have a lot of content from people who are on YouTube, people that I follow. So it's nice to watch courses from people that I know and trust. A lot of the names of the people that I see over on Udemy and LinkedIn, I don't know those people. Maybe they're experts in their field, but there's not really that connection that I have like I do with a lot of the YouTubers that I follow. So it's nice to see that some of the people that I know and trust are over on Skillshare and producing great content. I do think it is worth the $120 a year, and I will gladly pay it another year. And if you're interested in trying it out, there's a link down below, and you get 2 months free, I believe. Now, in complete transparency, I do get a kickback for that, but it's not sponsored. I'm only sharing the link because I really do like Skillshare and think it is of value. So you can try it out for 2 months free, and then if you like it, continue on. But I think you have to input your credit card information and it will automatically maybe bill you. It's like one of those things. So I would sign up and then set a reminder for yourself like 45 days out on Google Calendar. So if you don't like it, cancel it. Don't pay for it if you're not going to use it. And that is one of the biggest beefs that I have with any of these online learning platforms. Don't pay for something that you're not going to use. And this is personal development, self-education. You have to do a lot of extra work to get yourself to study. There's no fear of failure. There's no test. There's no social pressure for you to perform well in any of these courses. It's all on you. So sometimes people sign up for these things thinking that, okay, I'm going to learn this new skill, but there's not that outward pressure to force them to really make use of whatever course they signed up for. I see this a lot with just pretty much anything personal development related. So if you're going to sign up for Skillshare or use any of these other resources, block out time in your week to study, to learn. Say, every day during the week after I come home from work, for 30 minutes, I'm going to work through one of these classes. Or maybe it's an hour or two on the weekends. And try to actually stick with one of the courses. Don't jump around. I know I have that problem where I'll do 2 of 8 hours of one course and then feel, I'm not that interested, and then I'll jump over to another one. Pick a course, stick with it, and work your way through it, and then build and go through a progression of learning. So if you're going to be paying for Skillshare, or if you buy Udemy courses or end up having to pay for lynda.com/LinkedIn Learning, make sure you actually use it. Don't get into the mode of paying for something, never really using it, and then it's going to auto-renew on you in a year, and you're going to spend even more money. So if you decide to pay for Skillshare or any program, please make sure that you are using it. That's all I have to say. I endorse Skillshare. This video is not sponsored by Skillshare, but it gets a thumbs up from me. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you are interested in personal development and want to hear more about my thoughts on personal development, the things that I'm trying and learning along the way, hit that subscribe button. If you have an online learning resource or platform that you've found to be extremely valuable, leave it down in the comments below. I would love to learn about it, especially if it is free, but I will also pay for courses as well if you found it to be extremely valuable. That's all I have for today. Thank you very much, and talk to you later. Hey, it's me again. If you like this video and want to subscribe, maybe hit this button right here, my head, or if you're not quite sure yet, maybe watch one of these videos over here. Yeah. Bye.